Is there noise? Okay, guys, here we are. I got my countdown. Well, good afternoon, everybody. How are you doing today? April 6th, 2026, year of our Lord. Welcome to Hola America, where I give you the truth, nothing but the truth, and I red pill you for free. No black and blue pills here. All me, all truth, all the time. So, my studio. It's a spare room in a house. I don't have a fancy studio because I'm not that big because I haven't grown yet because I'm only a month in to this process. This is episode 13. Lucky number 13. Some housekeeping housekeeping things we got to get in order. I've got two big dogs right here, German Shepherd and a big lab, part German Shepherd. Okay, they squeak, they moan, they cry, they pitter patter, they bark, they growl, do whatever they want to do because they run around the house because they're free range dogs. Okay, you don't cage your kids, I don't cage mine. There are dogs in the neighborhood that bark, that set my dogs off, so they bark. I don't tell them to stop because that's what dogs do. Okay, deliveries and knocks come to the door, sets them off. Train, quarter mile down that way due west, comes by all the time. Big container yard back that way in Alliance Field where all the big companies are. JCPenney, Target, Walmart, Amazon, blah, 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 blah. So there's noises everywhere. I don't have controlled sound in my studio, okay? So as you can see, I have new software. Here I am, Ruth Guadarrama. Hola America. Hi. Ticker on the bottom. All right, welcome to my Hola America broadcast, and I do have social media accounts, okay? I'm on TikTok and YouTube at Hola America. Actually, Hola America podcast, I believe, on TikTok. Hola America 65 on X. Instagram is Ruth My Life. And I guess YouTube is Hola America as well. Anyway, those are my platforms. I'm currently streaming right now to YouTube and Twitch. I will be able to get onto Rumble at some point and do Rumble. And then a fourth one. Hopefully, Facebook will let me get on and do lives at the same time. I'm not sure. I haven't been very good. So we shall see. But anyway, what you see here on this side of the screen right here is good old President Don John Trump. Just had a press conference earlier today talking about the great rescue of Dude 44, I guess they call him. I've seen it all over social media. Where they rescued that soldier, and it was, I guess, a miracle on Easter, they're calling it. Anyway, they talked about that and how they diverted Iran from finding him by sending a bigger mission out the opposite direction where Iran went that way and we went this way, and they rescued him and they got him to safety, and I guess getting him checked out, all that stuff, and he's debriefing them. And Trump ordered them to destroy everything left. Don't leave anything for them behind to be able to find technology or see anything that we've got. Destroy every bit of it. Burn it, blow it up, whatever, to pieces, and leave them nothing to be able to pick up any kind of intelligence or get an idea of what our plane was made of, okay? And the electronics and all that stuff. So good for him, right? Good for him. When we had a president that did that versus, Obama, who left people in Syria, and Biden, who left people in Afghanistan, but Trump risked everything to go get this guy, right? Like you said, we leave no Americans behind. Good for you, Donald John Trump. Our neighbor's dog barks all the time and sets her off. So anyway, I want to go into this, and I want you to hear this, okay? So let me get him started. Let me pause it.
Strips. Think of it. And it's not just NATO. You know who else didn't help us? South Korea didn't help us. You know who else didn't help us? Australia didn't help us. You know who else didn't help us? Japan. We've got 50,000 soldiers in Japan to protect them from North Korea. We have 45,000 soldiers in South Korea to protect us from Kim Jong-un, who I get along with very well, as you know. Do you notice he said very nice things about me? He used to call Joe Biden a mentally retarded person, okay? So don't tell me about your stuff. Joe Biden, he said he's a mentally retarded person. He was so nasty to Joe Biden. It was terrible. But to me, he likes Trump. And do you notice how nice things are with North Korea? It's very nice. But we have 45,000 people, soldiers, in harm's way, and right next to Kim Jong-un with a lot of nuclear weapons. 45, which should have never happened if a certain president, I'm not going to mention this president because I happen to like him, believe it or not, but if a certain president did his job, Kim Jong-un would not have nuclear weapons right now. But they're all afraid to do their job properly. But just to conclude and just to finish, Japan didn't help us, Australia didn't help us, South Korea didn't help us, and then you get to NATO. NATO didn't help us. There were some countries that did. Now, countries that have been good, now you could also say they're got to be a little bit more involved because they're in the territory, but Saudi Arabia has been excellent. Qatar has been excellent. UAE has been excellent. Bahrain, Kuwait. I mean, Kuwait did shoot down 3 of our planes. The only planes really that we lost with friendly fire, they call it. I call it unfriendly fire. They unfortunately didn't know how to use our great Patriots. The pilot said, what kind of a missile's coming at us? Patriot. Boom, they got out because they know a Patriot never misses. So they had beautiful Patriots. There were planes heading in their direction. Unfortunately, they decided to shoot those planes. They were our planes. So, NATO is a paper tiger. Now, he's coming to see me on Wednesday, as you know. He's a wonderful guy. Secretary General is great. And Mark Rutte, he's a great person, but he's got, and it all began with, if you want to know the truth, Greenland. We want Greenland. They don't want to give it to us. And I said, bye-bye. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Okay, so you heard that, right? The countries that didn't come to aid us when he asked for them to come aid and protect the Strait of Hormuz, that was a loyalty test. All right? And they flunked big time. Now, we're probably going to pull out of NATO as we should because they don't help us, okay? They're our child living in the basement that's 55 years old without a job and asking for me to make a meatloaf and do their laundry and do their errands and take them to doctor appointments and take them to the game store. No, not anymore. NATO has to pay their weight. NATO has to get a job, and NATO's got to find an apartment of their own. And we're probably going to pull out of NATO as we should because we don't benefit. They benefit from us. We don't benefit from them. But here's the deal. Barack Hussein Obama was visiting NATO leaders in Europe recently, talking to them about Trump pulling out of NATO and his plan for stopping it. First off, Hussein, you don't run stuff up in here anymore, okay? You gone bye-bye. Worry about your trash can looking museum, library, whatever it is. Worry about that. It looks like a trash can. Worry about that. It's not even completed yet, and you've been out of office 10 years. Trump's is already rendered, video, everything, ready to go. You're still working your trash can in Chicago. So you worry about that. Why don't you worry about the chef that was found dead on your property? Why don't you worry about that instead of worrying about NATO? Okay? I guess you still got your hands in their pockets. They got their hands in your pocket. But you don't run anything up in here no more. Okay? Biden's gone. Biden and Harris are gone. So you don't run that term anymore. Right? You don't run that White House. President Trump does. So keep your nose out of his business and keep his name out of your mouth. Because we don't need your help. Never have, never will. You destroyed our country. And you were going to hand it off to Hillary for the next 8 years to destroy it. But somebody stepped in and intervened and put Trump in place in 2016. Thank God. Thank God. And that crisis was averted. And then Biden tried to put it on turbo, and that crisis was averted. Okay? So, Obama, Hussein Obama, Mr. Hawaiian, go somewhere else. Go somewhere else. Just go to George Clooney's in Lake Como. Go spend time with George Clooney, or go spend time with Tom Hanks. You know what kind of rings you run in. Okay, let's see what's next on X here. What's next? Definitely not the gray zone. Okay, let's go to my bookmarks right here. I bookmarked some stuff, okay? All right. JM Broadcasting. I love this man. He tells it like it is. Listen.
Friday, April 3rd, 2026. Hello, I am John Michael Chambers, and this is your War Report. I ask you to listen with love, as where we go one, we go all. The following report has been provided in part by Guardian Daniel R. Julian Assange confirms Hillary Clinton's email to John Podesta proves Obama, Hillary Clinton, Saudi Arabia, and Qatar founded ISIS. Julian Assange has dropped a bombshell confirmation that is rocking the foundations of the corrupt Washington establishment. The WikiLeaks founder pointed to a critical email Hillary Clinton sent to John Podesta that exposes the shocking truth. Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, Saudi Arabia, and Qatar were directly behind the founding and funding of ISIS. In the email, Clinton revealed that the governments of Saudi Arabia and Qatar, not just rogue individuals, provided the massive funding for the terrorist group. Assange called this one of the most important emails in the entire collection, highlighting how the Obama regime knew exactly what was happening. This was no mistake, but a calculated strategy to create endless conflict for profit and control. During Clinton's tenure as Secretary of State, the Obama administration pushed through the largest arms deal in history with Saudi Arabia, totaling over $80 billion. These arms flowed to ISIS operatives as huge donations simultaneously filled the coffers of the Clinton Foundation from these same terror-sponsoring nations. The treasonous connections run deep and expose a global cabal operating above the law. Now here in...
Okay, so you know where that's going. This is my damn it doll too, by the way. You know where we're going with that, okay? We've known all along, except for the normies that are still asleep, that love the Obamas, that love the Clintons, and those that love the Bushes. We've known all along how crooked and how evil they were. Obama wiretapped Trump Tower when Trump was president-elect, doing all those meetings at Trump Tower in New York City on fabulous Park Avenue. He invented the Russia hoax with Hillary, Brennan, Clapper, Strzok, Comey, Biden, all of them. Loretta Lynch, Valerie Jarrett, they were all in there. They invented that Russia hoax. Okay? We knew that Obama gave them pallets and pallets of cash, by meaning them, Iran, to be able to build nuclear weapons. And he gave them a lot more money during his terms. Hillary gave uranium to Russia, which in turn gave uranium to Iran. Hussein allowed them to sell oil to China for profit to build more set arms. Trump stopped it, and Joe Biden reopened it again. Then Joe Biden gave him $6 million on 9/11 in 2023 to continue building more said nuclear arms. And now Trump's dismantling it. So the mess that Trump's taking care of right now is the mess that the Democrats made. And he's talking about Clinton with Kim Jong-un. I can tell you Saudi Arabia was involved with it because it wasn't bin Salman. It was the father. that was evil, okay? That wanted Trump out because he and Hillary had a plan that when Hillary became president, they were going to get lots of business from America. But then Hillary didn't become president, and she had to give that $25 million back that the Saudis put into the DNC and her foundation for the favors they were going to ask for when she became president. So that's a mess. Now, here's my thing. I'm ready for handcuffs and perp walks. What about you? You need to stop. We're not going outside just yet. I'm ready for handcuffs and perp walks. That's what I'm ready for. What say you? We need to have some accountability, and we need to have these people start getting walked to jail to let others know that we aren't putting up with this anymore. But here's the deal. Are they slow walking? Because if they did it all at one time, it would waken the masses to the point we'd have riots and chaos and outbreak? Or are they doing it because they're just all in bed with the alligators and Trump's the only one standing that's against the alligators? I don't know. I can't tell you. But all I know is I'm getting frustrated and I'm getting tired of them not doing anything. All right, let's go back here. Let's find something else here. Oh, look, he just got out of the press house briefing.
Well, the press briefing just ended,
And I'm going to go take care of these dogs. I'll be right back.
in there.
Go. What?
And the
Go.
president went through round after round of questions, opened up with statements regarding the miraculous rescue mission, and it read like it was out of a Hollywood movie. We heard from the director of the CIA. We heard from the Secretary of War. We heard from the General Kane. And then all the questions that the press brought in was remarkable. And President Trump taking question after question. But I think the big takeaway from this was the remarks with respect to the mission. And it was a lot about Iran, and with also his remarks on. I'm still digesting everything right now. His Truth Social post of last night, where he spoke about tomorrow being Bridges and Infrastructure Day.
Total
I wanted
dissipation.
to ask about the Strait of Hormuz and what the red line would be for him to take that. Well, there was a reporter that did ask a question right towards the end, and that question was revolving around tolerating Iran tolling ships through the strait, and the president responded by saying that he would in fact have no problem charging the tolls himself. So there's still a lot to digest from this press briefing. Highly contentious, very packed briefing room today. Honored to be here. Didn't get my question asked, but there were a lot of questions answered.
Poor baby. He didn't get his questions asked. Poor baby. I feel so bad for him. Oh well. He'll get over it, won't he? So, he talked about the Iran thing and the rescue, like I said earlier. He did post on social media a very kind of cussing-filled post about what would happen if they didn't come to the table. Now, it's already April 7th over there in Iran. It should be already like 1 o'clock over there in the morning, if not 2. So the deadline's already here. Now, does that mean he's going to start blowing things up here shortly? If he doesn't, that just proves to me that he's just all talk and no show. But so far, he's done everything he said he was going to do, and he's hammered them hard. If he hammers them hard and destroys infrastructure and electrical and water, the left's going to come down and say, oh my God, humanity. Well, you didn't care about them in the beginning. Now you care about them? If he doesn't do it, then the left's going to say, see, he's all smoke. He's all talk and no action. Either way, he's going to get it. But does he care? He don't care. He's going to do what he wants to do when he wants to do it, how he wants to do it, whenever he wants to do it, because he's Donald John Trump. I'm thinking he's going to blow the shiatsu out of him. And it should have been done a long time ago, in my opinion. We should have been done, we should have been out, and we should be back home, okay? NATO, we should be out, we should be done, have everybody back home, all right? NATO's going to learn. They're going to learn today. They don't mess with Donald John Trump. Now, let's look at this over here. I've got this here about the deep state and the corruption. Mel Gibson's talking about there'll be consequences for those who pushed foreign interference hoaxes. The hammer of justice is coming. Listen to this.
Hyenas. They're barking at him, laughing at him. They nip his toes and eat the food that's in his domain. They do this, and they get closer and closer and bolder, till one day, that lion gets up and tears the shit out of everybody, runs like the wind, eats everything in his path. Because every once in a while, the lion has to show the jackals who he is.
Oh,
Jackals.
that is true. Trump has to let everybody know who he is and what he's measured. So here's Dude 44.
Trump is currently speaking. This came up on through the screen. We have Dude 44, which is a call sign. I posted out, I thought 44 is a representation of Obama because of all the Obama comms we have been getting lately. So with Dude 44 being the call sign, again, to me, that's Obama. Check this out.
He said, oh, he doesn't have a plan. I have the best plan of all, but I'm not going to tell you what my plan is. You know, they want me to say, here's my plan. We're going to attack at 9:47 in the morning, and then we're going to do this, and then we're going to... And if you don't do that, they say, I have...
So 9:47, drop 9:47, as he's talking about Iran, says Iran next, RT days after, RT Kenya, as he points out 9:47, and don't forget that
Obama.
somebody, Obama,
Kenya.
when we're done, he'll claim Kenyan citizenship as a way to escape.
Because he is
Drop
Kenyan,
8:94.
not Hawaiian.
So Trump says 9:47, which has Kenya in it, after also having call sign Dude 44 on the screen. I think he's pointing to Obama.
That's exactly who he's pointing to. And that's what's coming up next, guys.
All right, so check this out.
Obama is coming up next, okay? We're going to find out. We're going to find out real quick here. Listen to this. Listen to Obama here.
You're absolutely right that John McCain has not talked about my Muslim faith, and you're absolutely right that that has not
Christian
come
faith.
My Christian faith. You're absolutely right that John McCain has not talked about my Muslim faith, and you're absolutely right that that has not
Christian
come
faith.
My Christian faith. You're absolutely right that John McCain has not talked about my Muslim faith.
His Muslim faith, huh? His Muslim faith. Isn't that ironic? Isn't that ironic? Don't you think? Oh, you mean Christian faith? Yes, my Christian faith. Uh-huh. Yeah, Obama's going to be next. And I hope so. And I hope it's Hillary and all the other ones. Because I'm tired. I'm ready to see handcuffs and perp walks. I'm ready. Just like I'm sure you guys are. Okay? Let's go through a couple more and then we're going to cut it. We're going to cut it here.
I'm completely and utterly shocked that these type of videos get your attention. But when I talk about the Bible, when I talk about Jesus, you scroll right past. But when it comes to the latest news and gossip and drama, you're right here watching this video. So I got your attention now, and now you're gonna get some Bible, all right? Because I know someone watching this right now has been so stressed out, anxious, and depressed. And it's because all you're doing is focusing on the world. All you've been doing is letting the world consume your mind without letting the word consume your mind. The most dangerous thing a Christian can do is not read the Bible. Because you're either letting the world fill your mind or you're letting the word fill your mind. The world is going to fill your mind with fear, anxiety, worry, lies, temptation, but the word is going to fill your mind with truth. The more you fill your mind with the truth, the less room the devil has to fill your mind with lies and all the junk. It's kind of like this video right here. You see that cup of coffee? That's all the devil's lies. And watch this, as the water gets poured in, the coffee starts coming out and all that's left is the water. That's what happens when you read this Bible. And I'm not saying ignore everything that's happening in the world and just live under a rock, but I'm saying most Christians know more about the latest conspiracy. They know more about their favorite sports team. They know more about all the negativity in the world than they know about the word. This book tells us how the story ends. I've read the last page of this book, and guess what happens? We win. God is not up there in heaven reacting. He's ruling. He's not pacing back and forth like, oh, I didn't factor that one in. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. Oh no, that's a little bit beyond my pay grade. I know I split the Red Sea. I know I walked on water. I know I raised back to life. But that situation is just a little too... No, bruh. God is up there in heaven like, child, please. All right, that's all I got. Can I get it? Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. We're going to remove this from the scene, and I'm going to come back on. Okay, guys? So, we're going to get about 30 minutes in, because I don't want to bore you guys too much. I think if I go on too long, I kind of lose you between 35 to 50 minutes. So, and what he was saying was right. We consume ourselves so much with the news and all the bad that we tend to forget about stepping back and realizing the good, and realizing what God has given us, and what God has done for us, and what we're going to have going forward. And what we have to look forward to is possibly with Trump in charge, elimination of income tax, elimination of the Fed, right? Getting rid of that evil. The new currency doesn't have the Illuminati on the back of it or the Federal Reserve on it. And bring us back to prosperity and glory. Put more money in our pockets. Help us with the tax breaks. I'm understanding that this year, the tax returns are bigger than they've ever been before. I don't know about that. I haven't gotten mine yet, but only worked a few months last year. But anyway, we've got all that good to look forward to. Don't worry about the bad, okay? It's okay to be concerned, but don't let it ruin your day or rule your life, all right? God's in control. Trump is in control of what he can be down here. God's in control of everything else, the entire world. Everything he's in control of. So you don't got to worry about anything, okay? Just let go, let God. All right? Let go, let God. Wah! Just do you, boo. Okay? And not worry about it. Because at the end of the day, we got the damn it doll. And, sorry. And we're going to be all right. God's going to be okay. God's going to take care of us. He always has. He always will. He's always been good to me. He's always been good to you. So you got to have faith. That young man nailed it. He nailed it. With the glass of coffee, and you pour the water in, and the darkness goes away, and what do you have? You have clarity. That's what you have when you have God in your life. When you accept him into your heart, you've got clarity. Let go. Let God. Okay? So the guys, that's it. That's a little over 29 minutes. I hope you enjoyed the show. Hope you enjoyed my new software. I'll have more stuff coming up as I learn this little platform. I'll have more stuff coming up, more pop-ups coming in behind me, a little bit more interaction with you guys. But I do appreciate you spending almost 30 minutes with me today. Now, a couple of things I want to let you know about. My t-shirt shop, which I now sell mugs, HolaAmericaMerchandise.myshopify.com. I've got 32 different styles of t-shirts with all colors and all sizes, and I've got 3 new coffee mugs. Okay? I'll be adding more coffee mugs later on this week. Shipping is anywhere from $3.99 to $5.99 depending on where you are. Okay? It's like a 5-day delivery for economy. If you want express, you got to pay like $3 more. I personalize them if you want. You just get in touch with me and I can put names. I can do any kind of graphics you want. I can personalize or touch up anything that you want that I sell in my shop, or I can make something special for you through AI. AI is amazing, guys. AI helped me sort it all last night and get it on the collections. I have military based, I have faith based, have first responders based, have American based, and I have, oh my gosh, there's a fifth one, 4th of July. And then I've got my coffee mugs. Okay, so I've got them all in collections now. You're seeing on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. I'm applied for TikTok. I didn't realize that TikTok and Shopify work together hand in hand. So they're trying to get me approved to be able to sell my t-shirts through TikTok. Then I can go TikTok lives. I got samples coming and I can show them off. I got my coffee coming from Blackout Coffee. That's one of my sponsors that I can show off as well. And I've got links to those in all my posts. But guys, God is good. God's taking care of me. Now, I would like to grow my podcast a little bit more. So if you like the content, please like, share, and follow. Like, share, and follow. Like, share, and subscribe. Get my name out there. Hola America Political Podcast. I would love for that, because I go through social media and I break it down and I give you the truth, okay? And some of the stuff I can debunk, because the news, as you always know, doesn't always tell the truth. Because of the Smith-Mundt Act not being enforced, they can get away with telling lies. I think that's, or maybe Smith-Mundt Act does let them tell lies. If you take it away, it doesn't. Either way, Obama did it. Obama either put it in action or he took it out. One of the two, but Obama did it to empower lamestream media to lie to us about everything, okay? Twist, contort, whatever. White lies. Big white lies. So if Trump were to take that back and revoke it or enact it, whichever one it is, I'm confused on that one, then the media would have to tell the truth. And then the media would have to eat crow, because they'd have to go back and recorrect a lot of things that they've been telling us all these years. History is not what we know of it to be. Just so you know. We've never been to the moon. We're not in space right now. Sorry. You're not going to convince me otherwise. All the wars and all the attacks on America, our homeland, were all manufactured. All the wars are manufactured for greed by the Rothschilds and the bloodlines, for money. They're going to have to rewrite history books. We don't even know everything that's true in the Bible. Okay, there's books missing in the Bible that we have no idea the truth of what happened. I think they said 600 different books are missing out of the Bible, or 60. One of the two. Anyway, we ain't got the full truth, guys. We ain't got the full truth about Jesus and God in the Bible. They're hiding it from us. Why? Anyway, guys, that's it. 33 minutes in. I appreciate you very much. You have a wonderful Monday night. Too bad there's not football on, but you can watch other things. All right? Have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow.